So this is a Coachman Wanderer 17.4. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Hitch up procedure, jockey wheel and handbrake is all something we'll go through here on site in person. The front of the van on the right hand side, you've got the Truma heating vent, that's the flue for the heating and hot water system, and below that you've got your wind down leg. Water pump connection coming in the side of the van. As you can see, very simple to do. Blue tab to pull out from the side of the van and blue tab to push into the side of the van. Water pickup drops down into the top of the aqua roll itself. We've got a battery connected just to demonstrate everything's working on board the van. The motor mover will go through when you're here on site tomorrow. Today, should I say. You've got your wheel nuts. We'll torque the wheel nuts to 120 Newton meters before you leave site with the caravan. You've got your grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van, so the water that goes in the front has to come out somewhere, and it comes out through these grey pipes just down here. You've then got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid. In the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette. Very simple to remove. You pull up the orange handle, pull the cassette towards you, and then you've got your wind out neck, pull out neck just here where the waste empties through. Got an orange pressure relief button on the back, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. And before you use this cassette, you'll put 1 litre of water in and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the back of the van, on either side, you've got the wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while you're using the caravan. And you'd never lift the caravan up with these legs due to the fact it could damage the floor on the van. On the door side of the van, you've got the fridge vents, as you can see. So they allow hot air out the side of the fridge unit, and the top one will allow any gas out, carbon monoxide out the side of the fridge unit from where the gas system is running. You've got a 3-pin plug, so you've got 3-pin plug, barbecue gas point, so the barbecue gas point, so you can connect your gas bottle to the side of the van, and that will allow you to use gas from the bottles in the front to cook, etc., in the side of the van, in the side of the awning. You've then got your box on the side here with your storage area for underneath the seating at the front, and with that door open you can access that particular storage area. And then you've got your wind down leg on this side also. Coming inside the van, so take you through the operation of the van. Above the door you've got the main control panel. So you've got mains power on, water pump, interior lights and awning light, and then you've got your voltmeter on the right hand side. As you can see, we're running around 13 volts at the moment. To fill the water system on this particular van, you come underneath the seat on the right hand side at the front, and you'll see you've got 2 yellow valves just down there on the floor. You need to make sure both of them valves are parallel with the floor before you try and fill the water system up. If them valves are pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it'll actually drain all of the water out of the caravan and back down onto the floor. However, to fill the water system, very simple to do. We'll open all the taps up on the hot side. As you can see, we've got water filled already on the system, and that should actually be warm already. And then once you've got all the taps open on the hot side, you'll actually turn on the water pump switch, and the water system will start filling up. Once the water system is full, and all of the taps have water coming out of them like this one has here, you'll then be able to start thinking about warming the water on board the van. On the control panel, on this side of the van, is where you will control that. To warm the water up, you'll press the central button here, and you'll spin the dial round to this option just here, pressing the central button, then select Eco, Hot or Boost, depending on how hot you want the water on board the van to be. If you're turning it on for the first time in the weekend, I would advise you have it on Boost. Then while you're not using it on Boost, when like you're showering it or when you're not showering, etc., I'd advise you have it on Eco or Hot just to maintain the temperature in the tank. To set the temperature, press the central button, and that will allow the water to start warming up on board the van. Just here, we have the option for the power supply that's coming into the caravan. So as you can see at the moment, it's trying to run on gas. We've got mix 1, which is 1000 watts of power and gas at the same time. Mix 2, which is 2000 watts of power and gas at the same time. Electric 1, 1000 watts of power on its own. And electric 2, 2000 watts of power on its own. To select the power source you want to use, you'll press the central button, and that will only relate back to the heating and hot water itself. If you spin the dial round to this end here, where it's now flashing on the motorhome symbol, you can control the temperature of the heating by spinning the dial to the relevant power. So for instance, or the relevant heat, so if you want it at 20 degrees, you can press the button and that will set the heating at 20 degrees of room temperature. Spin the dial round to the fan symbol on the other end now. As you can see, we've got high and eco, which is the amount of fan speed you're going to have when you're using the blown air heating on board the van. Most people will leave them on eco overnight, and if you want it to be warmer during the day, they put it back onto high if it is a cold time of the year. However, with having it on low and having the heating on at around 30 degrees, it'll sufficiently keep the van warm, even on the 1000 watt option of power coming into the van. On the bottom of this control panel, you'll see you've got 3 other options coming along the bottom here. The options you have are timed heating and hot water. You've got the time for the control panel here, and then on the end you've got the spanner symbol here, which allows you to change some advanced settings inside the control panel. Realistically, that is something only the engineers would touch. I'm going to go over to the fridge unit next. You've got power on the left hand side of the fridge. So we've got power on, as you can see. At the moment, as you can see, the fridge is operating on... Oh, I've just turned it off. Let me turn it back on. The fridge is operating on mains power. To change the power source you're using, you can press and hold the silver button just here. And you can use the arrows to select either gas, which will self-ignite on gas, or 12 volt mode for when you're towing down the road, which will make the fridge work as a cool box. To select the power source you want to use, you'll press the silver button again. And then when the temperature icons on the right hand side start flashing, you can use the up and down arrows here to control the temperature of the fridge itself. To set it, you'll press the grey button and the fridge will be set. So I've been through the heating and hot water and how to fill the water systems on board the van. Next thing is going to be the microwave above the cooker. Press the eco button here to get the microwave to wake up, as it is an eco microwave, as I said. So essentially the microwave will turn itself off after a certain amount of time of being left on. Just going to show you the microwave working very briefly. But that's the microwave. Like I said, I don't want to leave it on for too long, obviously, but I'll just show you again. As you can see, it's come on and doing as it should. We're going to go into the washroom at the back of the van now. On the toilet itself, it's got an electric flush, a full indicator light to indicate when the toilet waste cassette is full, and on the bottom of the toilet you've also got your grey waste handle just here, so you'll actually push the waste handle across to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette under the van. When you're done with the caravan for the weekend, we do advise that you drain the water system down completely. And the first thing you'd do to do that is turn off the water pump, open all the taps up in the central position, so halfway between the hot and the cold. That's very similar to what I've got here. And once you've done that, you'd come underneath the seat at the front again, and you'd open up the 2 yellow valves, which would completely drain down the water system on board the caravan. Just going to turn the radio on so you can see that is working as it should. Let me select something that might play.
People get mortgages and get houses, and you think we've really got to.
So as you can hear, the radio is working as you'd expect.
Absolutely love. I love.
Hold the CRS button on the corner to turn it SRC, sorry, to turn it back off. In the cupboard on the far side of the van, you have also got an awning light switch, and that will turn on the awning on the water barrel side of the van. Up in the locker as well, you've got your aerial and aerial connections, etc. Very simple to use. You just connect to the points around the van and put the aerial into the position you want it. I hope this video has been of some help. If you've got any further questions, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the caravan.